Hey guys, I'm back again. This is Crystal with 660 Photo. I don't know about anybody else, but in our area, the kids are on fall break. So we have been traveling during the week when we are normally not traveling. So I've had to combine these videos because this is the first chance I have had to make one. So what we're going to do is run through the results of last weekend real quick, and then I'm going to let you know what is going on starting today. We weren't able to find all of the results. They just didn't list all of the winners for everything this time. But we tracked down everything that we could. The first race that we're going to cover is the Big End Banger. Small tire winner was Sean Fensler. The street class winner was Kenny Liflower. And small tire second chance winner was Alan Robinson. Those were the only results we could find for that one. The next race that happened last weekend was Block's No Prep Mayhem Final. The small tire winner was Freddie LaFollette. And the Drove Through the Gate Challenge was Jeffrey McCoy, and James Daniels clinched the 2022 championship at this event. So congrats to those guys. And the next race that we covered last weekend was the Rewind Part 2. And we were able to find small tire, big tire, and hard tire winners for those. Small tire was Nick Schoolboy Valetto. Big tire was Frank Sorry, and hard tire winner for the Rewind Part 2 was Mike Moss. And the next race that we had last weekend was the 11th Annual Turkey Bash, which is a pretty big one. The small tire final came down to Hank Tank versus Phil Hines. Hank Tank was driven by Dan Belcher, and Hank Tank took the win in that race. The hard tire winner was Alan Richard, and the second chance small tire winner was Rob Doms. And like I said, we weren't able to find all of the winners for all of the classes for these races. They just, we couldn't find them posted anywhere. So those are the results that we have. Now we have about 5 races going on this weekend, and they start today or tonight, and that's Cincy Street Noghts. It's going to be at Edgewater Motorsports Park in Ohio. The gates open at 3 o'clock for this one, and spectators, it's $20 to get in for this race. I didn't see a list of specific drivers that are going to be there, but of course we'll have a little bit more information about that on the results video. The next race that's going on this weekend starts on Saturday, and it's Raising Hell at the Hill, which is going to be happening at Thornhill Drag Strip in Kentucky, Morning View, Kentucky. This is one of my favorite drag strips. It's not huge. It's actually a little on the small side, and it's kind of in the middle of BFE, but it's one of the oldest tracks, as far as I know, that's still in existence now. The gates are going to open at 2 o'clock for this race. The driver's meeting and the chip draw starts at 5:30, and then the racing is going to start at 6 p.m. They have several different classes going on. It's going to be small tire, which is a $100 buy-in, and then street car, the 650 index, modern muscle, stick shift, and small tire second chance. That's all of those are a $50 buy-in, and then there will be grudge racing in between the rounds at this race. So we weren't able to find out exactly who is going to be there, but like I said, we'll have a little bit more information on this one, just like the other one, when we have the results video up for you. The next race that we have going on is, I've got a little bit more information about it. Detroit Hood TV's Pour Your Own Puddle is on Saturday. It's the back end of the track. Small tire is a $200 buy-in, so is big tire. Hard tire is $100, and then they also have the daily driver. Test and tune for this is going to be in between the rounds. The gates will open at noon. The driver's meeting is at 3, and it's a $50 tech card and $25 for spectators to get in, and kids 12 and under get in free. A lot of you guys that follow this channel also pay attention to what's going on with Gen 2 Garage and Street Racing Channel, the Old Man's Garage, and Tommy is supposed to be there. He should be there in the Falcon. And Billy was going to take the S10, but he had engine trouble. And if y'all have been following his channel, you know what's going on with that. So right now he's trying to get the S10 together and get everything set up so that he can run it in Mega Cash Days. The daily driver class, Billy's going to be running in that with Stranger Things, the Mustang. And the old man may bring Cracker Barrel, which is that G-Body Malibu that he has. It's $50 buy-in and the tech card, plus the tech card. And there's a 30-mile cruise one way, which is 60 miles total required. So if you're interested in what the rules are for this, or if you're a driver that is considering going into the daily driver class, you need to check the flyer for the daily driver thing. It's got a full set of rules for that, and you can read all about that there. The next race that is going on this weekend is also going to be on Saturday. It's the Backwoods Brawl at Twin River Raceway, which is in Coburn, Virginia. It starts at 11 a.m. We didn't see any buy-in details about this, but they are going to have the small tire, streetcar, and stick shift classes at this race. And the last race that we were going to let you know about is, and like I've said before, we try to cover our hometown tracks. You know, one of them is Cherokee Dragway in Rogersville, and then the other one is at Knoxville, which is Knoxville Dragway. And that's where this one is happening. It's the Blacktop Bounty. It's back of the track. Small tire is guaranteed $3,000 to win. It's a $200 buy-in. And the other classes that they're going to have is going to be Highway Hero, hard tire, front wheel drive, and stick shift. Didn't see any buy-in or payout details on these classes. It probably depends on the car count, but you can check the Facebook page for information. We looked, and so far the Facebook page just says that the times for all of this, the times are to be announced. So just keep an eye on that if you're in our area and you plan to go to Knoxville and check this out. But that is everything that's going on this weekend and the results that we had for last weekend. Hopefully we will be on regular schedule next week, where the results video will drop on Tuesday, Wednesday at the latest, if we have a hard time trying to find the results. And then the upcoming races video will happen on Thursday. By the end of next weekend, I'm going to have the new driver bio video out, and that is going to be covering Chris Gordon Block from South Carolina. And I'm really excited about doing this one because we used to watch, at least in the beginning, a little bit of the TV show, and the way he was portrayed there is just really not the person that we met at Thornhill and at other races. You know, he's actually been really willing to help our channel out, invite us to races. You know, seems to be a pretty cool guy, so I'm excited to go over his bio with everybody. But that's what's going on. If you're going to the races, as always, like I always say, you know, have a good time, but please be safe while you're there and coming home. And until Tuesday, we will see you later, and take care, and I will see you on the next one.